Today's story is about a place that once echoed with children's laughter and pure joy. But now, there's only a heavy silence and a dark, cold secret hidden inside. This is the story of Freddy Fazbear's. The story begins with a deep, chilling sense of dread. We find ourselves inside an old, ruined building. It's pitch black. A security guard is running for his life, his breath coming in ragged gasps. He's absolutely terrified, sprinting through the corridors, trying to escape something we can't see, but you can feel its presence. It's everywhere. He spots a vent and tries to crawl to safety, but suddenly, an unknown force pulls him back with violent strength. He's dragged into a dark room and strapped into a strange mechanical chair. Then, a mask appears, filled with sharp, rotating blades. He screams and cries out, begging for mercy, but the machine seals his mouth shut. Then, everything goes quiet. That was just a glimpse of the nightmare waiting in the shadows. Now, we return to the present day and meet our main protagonist, Mike. Mike is a broken man. His life is honestly falling apart. He's working as a security guard at a mall, but he's carrying a weight of trauma that won't let him breathe. He can't sleep. He survives on medication and spends his time reading a book about dreams. See, Mike has a theory. He believes that if he can just control his dreams, he can go back to his past and find the one thing he's missing. One day at the mall, his exhaustion catches up with him. He sees a man with a child and, in a moment of panicked misunderstanding, thinks the boy is being kidnapped. Without thinking, he attacks the man. It turns out it was just a father with his son. Because of that mistake, Mike is fired. Mike's life was already a mess, but now he's unemployed. His parents are gone, and his entire world revolves around his younger sister, Abby. She's his responsibility, but she's different. She's quiet and keeps to herself, lost in her drawings. She doesn't have friends in the real world, so she's made many friends in her imaginary one. Mike is trying his absolute best to be a good brother, but the money is running out. To make things worse, a woman named Jane is after Abby. She wants custody, not because she loves the girl, but because she wants the government foster care checks. Mike is terrified that the moment Jane finds out he's jobless, she'll take Abby away forever. Desperate to keep his sister, Mike goes to a career counselor named Steve Raglan. Steve looks at Mike's messy record and tells him there's only one job left: night duty at a defunct place called Freddy Fazbear's. Steve explains it used to be a huge hit with kids, but it's been closed for years. The owner can't let go of it emotionally, so they just need a guard to keep people from stealing the old stuff. The pay is low and the place is creepy, but Mike has no choice. He says yes. On his first night, Mike steps into the 80s. Everything is covered in dust and cobwebs. In the dining area, he sees them, the giant robots. Freddy Fazbear, the bear, Bonnie, the rabbit, and Chica, the chicken. He remembers loving them as a kid. There's even a pirate fox named Foxy behind the curtain. They're all frozen in time. Mike sits in the office and takes a sleeping pill. He needs to dream. He goes back to a memory of a family camping trip. He sees his little brother Garrett playing with a toy plane. But then a car pulls up. A man grabs Garrett and drives away. This is Mike's recurring nightmare. He runs after the car, screaming, but he's never fast enough. He tries to see the face of the kidnapper, but he fails every single time. He wakes up in the real world, drenched in sweat. While Mike is struggling, Aunt Jane is plotting. She hires Abby's babysitter, Max, and Max's brother to break into Freddy's and trash the place. She thinks if the place is destroyed, Mike will get fired and lose Abby. The next night, Mike meets a police officer named Vanessa. She's strange. She knows way too much about the building. She tells Mike a dark story. 5 children disappeared here in the 80s. Their bodies were never found. She warns him that this place plays with your mind. Mike ignores her and takes his pill. While he sleeps, Max and her crew enter to vandalize the place. But the atmosphere shifts. The robots, Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, and even the little cupcake come to life. One by one, the intruders are hunted down. It's a bloodbath. Max, looking for her friends, follows a shadow right into the animatronics. She suffers the same fate. When Mike wakes up, the place looks exactly the same. The bodies are gone. The mess is gone. He has no idea what happened. The next night, Max doesn't show up to babysit, so Mike has to take Abby with him to work. This is when things change. Abby isn't scared. She wanders toward the stage. Mike tries to stop her, but he finds the giant robots playing with her. They're building forts and dancing! Vanessa shows up again, and she isn't surprised. She tells Mike the truth. Those 5 missing children, they're dead. Their souls are inside these robots. That's why they're playing with Abby. Mike realizes the children in his dreams are these same souls. He thinks they can help him find Garrett's kidnapper, but the robots have their own plan. They want Abby to stay with them forever. They want to kill her so she can become a robot just like them. In a deep, drug-induced trance, Mike talks to the ghost children. They offer him a deal. You can stay here with Garrett in this dream forever, but in return, give us Abby. In his grief, Mike initially agrees, but he quickly snaps out of it, realizing he can't sacrifice his sister. The children turn on him, attacking him in the dream, and Mike wakes up in the real world, strapped to that same torture chair from the beginning. He barely escapes with his life. Meanwhile, a golden bear, Golden Freddy, goes to Mike's house, kills Aunt Jane, and takes Abby back to the pizzeria. Mike finds Vanessa and demands the full truth. Vanessa breaks down. The kidnapper was her father. He was a monster who used a yellow rabbit suit to lure children away. He killed those 5 kids and hid their bodies inside the robots so the police would never find them. And now, he's still controlling their souls. Mike heads back to the pizzeria to save Abby. He finds her about to be put into a mechanical suit that would crush her. Mike tasers the robots and tries to run, but then the yellow rabbit appears. He's incredibly strong. He takes off his mask, and Mike is stunned. It's Steve Raglan, the career counselor. Steve admits everything. He killed Garrett. He killed the others. And he's ready to kill Mike. As he's about to finish Mike off, Vanessa arrives and points a gun at her father. Steve laughs, telling her she's too weak to shoot. In a rage, he stabs his own daughter. Abby, seeing the chaos, uses her drawings to show the robots the truth, that the yellow rabbit is the one who hurt them. The robots' eyes turn red. They remember. They turn on Steve. A mechanical cupcake bites into his suit, triggering the spring locks. The metal components crush Steve inside the suit. As he's dragged into the dark, he screams his final words, "I always come back!" Mike, Abby, and a wounded Vanessa escape as the building shakes. Later, we see Vanessa in the hospital in a coma. Mike and Abby are closer than ever. Mike has let go of the past and decided to live for Abby's happiness. But the story doesn't end there. In a second part, we see a flashback to a girl named Charlotte who tried to save a child from Freddy years ago but was killed. In the present, Mike and Vanessa are friends, but Vanessa is haunted by nightmares. Abby, now in school, is being bullied and pressured by a teacher to finish a science project. She goes back to the ruins of Freddy's to find parts. Meanwhile, a group of teenagers break in for social media fame and are brutally killed by a puppet that emerges from a music box. A villainous boy named Michael, a different Michael, has been orchestrating these deaths to feed the robots' souls.